Welcome to Nation's Voice Tower, your most preferred channel. A lot of things are being said about the just concluded gubernatorial elections, termed under the caption "Post-Election Matters." A lot of people are throwing reactions to whatever happened at the polls yesterday, talking about different states like Rivers State, Bayelsa State, places like Lagos State, and so on and so forth. One among those who have reacted to the post-election matters and what took place at the polls in the various places of Nigeria yesterday is a clergyman, a very strong one there, a popular man of God, also a general overseer of one of the new generation churches. He's no other person than Apostle Johnson Suleman. Apostle Johnson Suleman is the general overseer of the Mountain of Fire and Miracles Church, and his headquarters or his main branch is resident in Auchi of Edo State. All right. So he made a comment, or he made various comments today in church while he was advising youths and the congregation alike. He said a lot of things, especially as it affects the just concluded gubernatorial elections that took place yesterday. Listen to what Apostle Johnson Suleman had to say about the politics in Nigeria and the polls for the gubernatorial elections yesterday.
It's only in Nigeria a man wants to kill you to lead you. I say I don't want your leadership. You say you must want it. In Nigeria political space, leadership is by force. Don't lead me, I must lead you. Don't be my leader, I must be your leader. Okay, let me select my leader. No, I will snatch your ballot box. The two elections in Nigeria has proven only one thing. PVC is useless. This thing we are calling democracy in Nigeria, we should return it. Democracy is government of the people. You can express your will. This type of democracy, let's return it. The one we collected is duplicate. What we have is agberocracy. Government of the agbero, by the agbero, for the agbero. You stand to snatch ballot box and they shoot you, and the man you are snatching for, his child is abroad. The consolation I have is that anything that is not built on a right platform can't stand. Don't copy Nigerian politicians. What they have taught you is that honesty doesn't pay. Don't copy them. Free and fair life does not yield result. Following due process has no reward. Everything you achieve in life is through violence. Being a trickster is being smart. Don't copy them. Don't copy the average Nigerian politician who make you feel that honesty doesn't pay. Who make you believe that you can struggle to get a PVC. Stay on the queue, under the rain, under the heat, right before your eyes. They snatch ballot box, kill people, harass you, and at the end declare themselves winner. Don't copy them. That is a cursed life. Don't copy an average politician in Nigeria who carries people's children, import them as mercenaries to waste people, kill people. Don't copy the average Nigerian politician who has now become a tribal bigot. Tribalism everywhere. Who is trying to divide Nigeria and saying Igbos are not Yoruba, Yorubas are not Igbo, forgetting that we are from one nation under God. Whether you are Igbo, whether you are Hausa, whether you are Yoruba, whether you are Efik, it doesn't matter. You are a Nigerian. There is no Yoruba passport. There's no Igbo passport. There's no Edo passport. There's no South passport. What we have is a Nigerian passport. You can stay anywhere, you can live anywhere, you can survive anywhere. There is no tax for the East or tax for the West. We are all taxpayers. So long you are a taxpayer, you are entitled to stay anywhere. As a young person, I know for the past 1 month what you have learned. You are shattered. Your hope is shattered. With all the first time the youth decided to struggle for something, and they took it from them. The youth should not give up. What you have learned is how not to copy old men. What you have learned is how illegal wealth is gotten. Hear me, Proverbs 20:21, an inheritance may be gotten hastily at the beginning, but the end shall not be blessed. Power you stole, you will lose. Barefaced, carrying boxes, jumping on bike, broad daylight thieving, conscience dead, reasoning dead. For how much? Money that in 2 days is gone, but you are in bondage for 4 years. Do you promote someone who failed? If you failed, you have so failed and failed and failed. You failed 8 years, 8 years failure. You are rusticated. You have not been sworn into office. You're already threatening people. We will do this. We will do this. You will do that. We will do this. There's dignity in due process. Don't become dismayed or dissuaded. So if you're a politician in this place and they disenfranchise you and the rest, calm down. A time is going to come in this country where we will have free and fair. We'll be alive to witness it.
Apostle Johnson Suleman admonished youths to make sure they do not by any means emulate the old Nigerian politicians. Reasons being that Nigerian politicians don't really have, according to Apostle Johnson Suleman, Nigerian politicians don't really have a straightforward way of achieving goals. They don't have a stipulated plan really for the country to progress, and as most of them have no conscience when it comes to going into power, as they always force themselves on the citizens of the country. Apostle Johnson Suleman went further to say that every Nigerian has the civil right to choose his or her leader. But this time around, he says he could see different candidates forcing themselves on people to come to power. He said coming to power isn't supposed to be a forceful adventure. Rather, it is supposed to be left for the citizens and the inhabitants of such a place to choose their leader themselves. Apostle Johnson Suleman pointed out different irregularities and social vices as it borders or as it regards the just concluded 2023 elections, ranging from the presidential elections that was held a fortnight ago, the one for the House of Reps, and the senatorial elections, and even the gubernatorial elections that took place yesterday, as well as the elections for the House of Assembly of different states. He stated social vices like political thuggery and political bigotry, ethnicity or tribal bigotry too, as seen in the cases in Lagos State, where a lot of people came out to stop the Igbos from voting deliberately, reasons being that the Labour Party is a party that isn't supposed to be voted for in Lagos State. I also brought you videos yesterday that a lot of talks were going around in places like Fadei and VGC to make sure they stopped a lot of voters from coming out to exercise their franchise. Apostle Johnson Suleman went further to talk about oppression and suppression, especially as it affected some of the inhabitants of Lagos State yesterday during the gubernatorial elections. The man of God spoke about the fact that youth should turn blind eyes to any form of social vice, especially when it has to do with political thuggery and political violence. He noticed a form of low turnout from citizens. Of course, you could blame this on the electoral process that took place or that occurred during the presidential elections. So a lot of youths and a lot of people had their own view that they came out in mass to vote for during the presidential elections, but unfortunately they were disappointed with the electoral process and guidelines that INEC took to achieve these results for the presidential elections. So too, as a result of that, these people said they really didn't want to turn out for the gubernatorial elections because they felt that INEC wouldn't deliver as promised. The apostle, that is the general overseer of Mountain of Fire and Miracles Ministries, downgraded the just concluded presidential elections of the House of Reps, the senatorial elections, and the gubernatorial elections. He said that any form of elections that has to do with a situation where leaders are being chosen, not voted, that form of election shouldn't be allowed to exist, especially in a country like Nigeria. The man of God stated categorically that what Nigerians or what the country Nigeria is practicing right now isn't democracy. He likened what the system of government in Nigeria now, he likened it and called it a form of government called agberocracy. He said by agberocracy, you could say that the government is being managed by agberos. I quote Apostle Johnson Suleman, managed by agberos, voted in by agberos, and so on and so forth. He is talking of no other operation than that took place during the gubernatorial elections. Lagos State was a state that was affected greatly and immensely due to the fact that a lot of touts and thugs went about different polling units harassing voters and stopping them from exercising their civic rights. If you followed the trend of events yesterday, you will know that a lot of casualties were recorded during these elections as different security operatives swung into action to really make an example of any thug that was at the wrong place at the wrong time. All right, a lot of casualties were recorded. A lot of people were taken to the hospital. So to aside the thugs who recorded their own part or side of the casualties, people, citizens that came out to exercise their own franchise too recorded casualties, as a lot of them received gunshot wounds, machete cuts, and so on and so forth. That is that from our ends, and that is that from Apostle Johnson Suleman as he addressed his congregation in today's service in Auchi, Edo State. Thanks for staying with us. Don't forget to share this video, and don't forget to like our videos too, and don't forget to subscribe to this particular channel, Nation Voice Tower. If you are an already existing subscriber, thank you for always staying with us. But if you are an incoming subscriber, always make sure you stay glued to this channel, because that is the only channel that brings you political updates back to back to back. From us here is peace out.